Hello, in this video I will show you my mini cast iron cook set that I put together from second-hand ingredients. If this is something that is of interest to you, stay tuned. So this is my cast iron mini cook set, and this is a gear video for the gearheads out there, and linked in the video description is also a cookout video where I'm using the kit. The bag I've put it in is an old Soviet gas mask pouch. I'll show it to you once I get the stuff out from here. So in the main pocket we have the stove wrapped in baking paper, also the cast iron pot, and finally in a separate pouch my small cast iron frying pan. Let's go through the stuff individually. So this is the cast iron pot. It holds less than a liter of water. I've acquired it second hand and it cost me just a couple of euros. Originally this is from a fondue set, and apparently there seems to be a huge aftermarket for cast iron fondue sets. So if you're looking for cast iron pots, check out under fondue, because typically there seems to be a lot of stuff happening there. This one especially caught my eye with these small loops, to which I've added a loop as part of a chain that I'll show you soon, so that it can be also hung, and it has these small feet on which it stands. And to go with the pot I got this frying pan, also cast iron, and also bought second hand. And to this I've made some modifications to help it fit in my kit. Here used to be a handle, but I sawed that off with a hacksaw and also drilled a hole there to add this extra loop to be able to easier grab or hang it. And these two pouring parts are lowered slightly. I ground them down so that they will fit nicely, work also as the lid for the pot, and I also added the groove there next to the pot, so that once this is put on top of the pot it goes nicely there and will not slide off. And indeed also these small frying pans seem to be fairly common in different marketplaces. So it was a lucky coincidence that these two happen to fit so perfectly with each other, but at least in this case it is possible. And to go with the pot and pan, there is this simple stove stand in which I have this Trangia burner, and the stove stand itself is from the brand Miltech. So it's just a tripod like this, not optimal for very small pots, but serves nicely with these ones. I made some additions to this in the feet here and also here in the outmost corners when it's folded in storage position. I've used some heat shrinking wire wrapping to make it a bit softer so that it won't scrape the pots, and at least so far they have lasted the heat. This Trangia burner is just a regular Trangia burner as it is. Packing these together to have a box of matches under here so that it prevents the rattle when it's under here like this. It holds together pretty well, and only thing rattling are the matches, so it goes nicely together. And to protect it in the pot, just a small piece of regular baking paper to which it wraps, so it also on its part protects the pot. other stuff in the bag. There are two side pockets. One is empty currently, can have their paper or whatever, and on the other one I have this small scrubber, which was actually absent from the cookout video I used this in. I added it there later. And also a pot grabber. I used the Trangia version in the cookout video, but this works just as well. This is a Chinese knockoff from the Soto model. It's spring loaded and also can be used as a grip the other way around. And finally, chain that I can use to hang the pot. So as I said, I have these loops added on the pot. And with these S carabiners, it can be supported from there. And I have this one extra carabiner up here just to be able to add more chain or hang it somewhere else, and especially to show which is the middle ring here so that the pot stays balanced. And as I said, the bag is an old Soviet gas mask pouch. Indeed, second hand, cost next to nothing. I think €3 or something like that. And it is just a simple cotton pouch with two side pockets, of which one has this inner pocket as well. This is where I store the gear I just showed you, the grip and the scrubber and the chain. And the other one is empty to hold paper or food or whatever. This is also plenty big for just a cook set, so it also fits some food or other stuff if that would be necessary. My modifications here are, there is this, I suppose this is originally a strap to wear this so that it can be tied around the thigh so that it doesn't hang freely with just a shoulder strap. So far I have found no use to it, nor have I wanted to remove it, so I bound it there and added two small carabiners there to hold it together. And also these red paracords are my addition. These two just help with the button opening, and the longer one here, there is this button closure thing originally, but it's a bit slow, so I use this paracord around them, and with this tightener it closes up nicely enough. And now I will pack the gear back to the bag. On this cotton mesh bag for the frying pan, this is from IKEA. Originally, I believe it was supposed to be used for storing vegetables or what have you, but actually I lied to you. I used a single pouch without the inner pocket with these, because this is slightly taller than the other side pouch for unknown reasons. Packs fairly nicely and is nicely carryable with this wide shoulder strap. So there, that's my set. And as I said, there is indeed a cookout video linked to the description showing this in use outdoors. Cheers.